This morning we said goodbye to Danielle and made our way to the biggest cemetery in France, or so Guy told me. It's the site of a battle from World War I, which had a great number of casualties, all of which ended up buried in that cemetery. There are lots of cemeteries around the area, actually, but this one is the biggest, and it also is accompanied by a church, which is called Notre Dame something or other. Notre Dame just means Our Lady in French, so all the churches are called Notre Dame. And it had some beautiful mosaics, and then also inside along the walls were all the names of soldiers who, it was unclear. They were either buried in the cemetery or they were unknown, but it was very interesting. And then there's also a little museum attached sort of outside in this big tower where they have sort of a memorial, and we went up and looked at that. But then the main attraction was this Canadian War Memorial, which is not very far. There was sort of a famous battle that happened there, and the reason that it's important, especially to Canadians, is that it was sort of one of the first times Canadians were unified in that war together. The memorial itself has the names of 11,285 Canadians who died in France but were never found, basically, and it commemorates sort of the sacrifice that was made. And then down the road, where the Welcome Center and whatnot is, there are preserved trenches and tunnels from the battlefield. You can walk through the Canadian trenches, and then 50 meters away you can walk through the German trenches, because that's how close they were to each other. Then we took a guided tour through the tunnels, which were tactically important, but also they were important for transport and for shelter. There were areas where officers would plan sort of parts of the battles, and there were areas where the officers would sleep, and there were areas where the runners would sleep. The ground is chalk, and it was a big undertaking to hide the amount that they were bringing up, because they were sort of trying to keep it a secret that they were tunneling, and also how much they were tunneling. And you have like a big white pile of chalk out in the open. It's going to be fairly obvious what's going on. Then we had a long drive home, and now I'm back in Auvers, and I leave for London in the morning, and I have not yet decided whether or not I'll be making my videos from London or not. I don't know if I want to go through the trouble of bringing my laptop, but we'll see.